Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you can hear me. I'm on my nicer mic, the one I bought and did not use last year. But hope you guys can hear me. Um, I am right in the middle of downtown San Diego, the Gas App District. I'll go ahead and point the camera forward for you guys before I start walking. It is jam-packed down here, so I do not know how effective this stream is going to be, but I'll do my best. Hoping to get somewhere where I can stream tonight for our normal Saturday show. What I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be walking from where I'm at right now back to the San Diego Convention Center because I have two trauma panels I have to do. By the way, thank you to Lloyd Kaufman and Trauma Entertainment for bringing me out here for sponsoring my pass. As many of you guys know, getting a pass to Comic-Con is not some easy shit to do. They don't make it easy. So kudos to them and for not only bringing me out, but allowing me to be part of their film crew. Yeah, I'm not just mooching. I am actually working the camera crew for Trauma tonight. So I will be filming their panel tonight at 9 o'clock. But right before that, Ahoy Comics has their own Toxic Avenger stuff going on. So I'm going to be covering that. So the last 2 hours of the day, I'm going to be covering trauma stuff. And then hopefully I just need to find somewhere to stream where there are not darts being thrown at me. For those of you who were watching the Vodka stream last night, I had to cut that short simply because the people in the lobby decided they wanted to do a dart game while I was sitting there on a stream. And rather than die on live YouTube, I decided to go ahead and cut that short. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and face the camera forward so you guys can go ahead and see. This is downtown San Diego. I almost said downtown Las Vegas. No, about 30 degrees difference. This is the Gas Lamp District. It's a very old city with very old architecture. Let me know if you guys cannot hear me at any point. I can see the chat right now, but I'm trying to like watch where I'm going so I don't trip and fall. And there's a lot of people out here. You got a little bit more space to walk inside the convention area, but it's still packed out here. You still got 100,000 people, possibly more than the people who actually showed up for the convention, because you got to realize that you don't need a ticket to walk around the Gas Lamp District. How you doing, Daniel Martin? Yeah, they were. Well, no, I was in the middle of a recreational area because I was sharing a room, so I didn't, I couldn't stream in that particular place. So I went to the common area, but it just so happened to be game night, and one of those games was darts. So being former military, you generally get the gist when people are throwing things with sharp objects at you that it's probably good to move. So I did. So what I'm hoping for tonight is that I can use the room that we're doing the trauma event in and just stay there. And because I really do have a lot of stuff to talk about. It's been a somewhat eventful day. So I'm going to just show you guys. These are all these restaurants are packed. All these restaurants are packed. These are all the expensive ones. I just got up and ate from a burger joint that I had. Pretty good for what it was. $20. Needs to be a little bit more meat on that. And don't want to, yeah. All the cosplayers are down here. The Comic-Con cosplay is tonight, so a lot of those guys are up there. But a lot of them are out here. So I'm going to walk up. Right now, we're on 6th Street. You hear a lot of noise going on. There's just street musicians doing their thing. Turns around. Crossing the street. It's weird that they haven't shut the traffic down here because obviously with the street being closed off close to the convention center, it's a lot of lot of people compacted into an area here, and you know, one little car can do a lot of damage. A lot of the offsite stuff, like the Paramount Lounge and the Predator thing, the Alien thing, it was almost impossible to get in. I really wanted to show you guys those. Every time I came to one of those, it was capped off. We're gonna. I'm good, thank you. I'm gonna go over some of the irritants that I've gone through with this convention. Been coming to San Diego, going to the convention for quite a while. This is the worst organized one that they've done. In regards to lines and all that kind of stuff, this is the, there's another one, that Pizza Lounge. I saw that menu. It's pricey because I'm cheap, but it didn't matter because you can't get a table anywhere. Anywhere where I'm headed right now, you can't get a table. There's a waiting line for everything. Let's see. If you guys got any questions or anywhere you want me to go, I mean, I don't know how well you guys know San Diego, but I'm gonna head towards the convention center, and they got stuff set up there. Even if we can't get in, it'll be cool for you guys to see it. Okay. I love it. One of the things I love about this city that Vegas does not have, that a lot of cities in Southern California have, is that old 150 to 200-year-old architecture type situations where the lofts and all that are going. There's Tacos El Gordo. Everybody's been telling me, and look how packed they are. Yep. Anywhere on this earth, there's a Tacos El Gordo. It's packed. It could be on Mars. You could have a Tacos El Gordo in the black hole, and it's still going to be packed. So right now we're on F Street, and like I said, a little Korean place like this, packed. Lines everywhere. That's one of the things that wore me down about this con, this particular year. Is just I just got fed up waiting in lines. So there's some stuff that I really probably wanted to go to, but did not. Simply because, and you'll hear me repeat this over and over again, is the most valuable currency you have at any convention, especially San Diego Comic-Con, is time. So you have to choose one thing over the other. Sometimes you have to do really cool things, and you gotta skip one. Simply because you just can't be in two places at once. Hold on for a second. Trying to make sure we're broadcasting. I can't tell if we're broadcasting on Twitter. I know it says we are, but one thing about these trips when I make them, I can tell you that I cannot trust my technology sometimes, especially when it comes to streaming from devices that I usually don't stream from. So obviously I can't have my laptop out here just walking around. I mean, I probably could, but it would look awkward. But yeah, you got all kinds of stuff here. All your signage, all your building wraps. Let's see. Trying to get back to the convention center. The height of these buildings makes it easy to get turned around, and I've gotten turned around a bunch of times. This is a lot of restaurants down here, but like I said, it's not the variety. It's finding some place that there's no line, and that the food won't bankrupt you. So we're headed further into the Gaslamp district. A couple cool shops and stuff. A lot of these places have temporarily changed their names and their themes. for Comic-Con. Like things like this. I'll show you for example. Comic book themed banners and stuff. Let's see. All right, probably gonna end up having to turn around soon so we can get headed towards the convention center, and so I can show you guys some of the pop-ups and stuff that they have there. You can see as we get further and further away from the congestion, you can kind of like see where they're going. So we're gonna go ahead and turn around. I'm not a Cali newbie. I just, out of all the places in California, I spend the least time. I spent when I was growing up in California. I spent the least time in San Diego. The only time I ever came out to San Diego is when we did joint operations with the Navy when I was in the Army Reserve, and the Naval Reserves out here. But yeah, I didn't really spend a lot of time out in San Diego, to be honest with you. There are parts of LA that when I was growing up there, I didn't spend a lot of time there. Generally, I was in, wherever I was at. That was local. So it was San Bernardino, that's where I was. When we were living in Hawthorne, that's where I was. I didn't really venture too far out. If you're gonna steal from me, you need to be armed, and you need to be bigger than 6'2", and you need to weigh more than 248. If you fit those qualifications, you may make off with what little I have. If you do not meet those qualifications, it's going to be a long day for both of us, mainly you. So yeah, nobody's stealing anything from me. So we're going to be headed back into the congestion towards the convention center. But yeah, San Diego is just like any other downtown. It's just this time of year. This time of year, it's just a little bit special thing. Everybody. There's a couple of different things that go on through San Diego throughout the year, sea festivals and stuff like that. But Comic-Con by far is the biggest one, obviously. So trying to get back here, so I get turned around. Hold on, guys. All right, guys. By the way, how am I sounding on the mic? Can you guys hear me perfectly or clearly? Do I need to switch? Let's see. All right, thank you, Dan. Yeah, like I said, I'm on a Bluetooth microphone. I got a couple of different ways I was doing it this week. There's just a lot of interference and stuff. So I'm gonna stop right here. I have to make a left. There we go. What's going on, Anthony? So if you can kind of see this right here, every one of these poles has something on it. Usually it's the main theme. Last year was Fantastic Four, even though it was a year. Fantastic Four was before Fantastic Four came out. This year is Predator Badlands. Predator Badlands is on just about every one of these things, which is kind of cool. By the way, got to see the first 15 minutes of Predator Badlands yesterday in Hall H, and I am very much looking forward to that. I think it's going to be even Trachtenberg projects is turning out good things. And then obviously what we were talking about yesterday when he revealed what the fate of all the previous Predator winners. So I think Kidoki. I need to turn. All right, green light. So I'm going to go down to this corner, and then we're going to swing back towards Petco Field, because that's where I need to be. But yeah, now this is just normal. This is normal pace. San Diego on a Saturday night. Now look at this theater right here. For those of you, the architecture, and they got one of these in San Bernardino too, the California Theater. This Art Deco Egyptian type theater type situation. Everywhere I go, I love these. If I ever hit a million, if I ever get like a lot of money, one of the first things I want to do is I want to buy one of these classic buildings. These things have been around for decades, and they have that type of seating that makes it look like you're in an opera. But I love their architecture. Like I said, we got one in San Bernardino, and there's several of them in LA and up and down the coast. Fox Theaters is usually who built those and owned those, but I love the architecture on those. All right. I'm going to mute myself real quick while I switch this mic over. Be right back. Buy up Broadway downtown, or yeah, like I said, it's worth it. If I had that kind of money, I would do it in a heartbeat. Because a lot of these, you can kind of see this one here. A lot of these have fallen into disrepair because they're so out of date and they're so expensive. A lot of them have been abandoned, so it probably wouldn't cost as much of a you'd think. But any real estate in Los Angeles is going to cost you more than anywhere else in the world. Other than maybe like San Francisco or something like that. But there are open spaces here, and they're all usually part of like brownstone type buildings, what they would call them back east. That's called this. This is the Spreckles building, so it's not just a theater. The entire building is Spreckles, and the theater is part of it. That's the way some of these older cities are. I don't get to the East Coast as much as I would like to, but a lot of the metropolitan area is like that. A lot of the people who ran the small businesses back in the 20th century would be working down below and living up top. There are some like that in Vegas, but not as old. Not as old, and not with much tradition. And there aren't very many of them. A lot of them are modern designs that end up becoming like that. Whereas these ones here that you see in places like LA, New York, Chicago, those are the way they were living 100, 20, 130 years ago. Like I said, I wish I could hit megabucks. There's a lot of things I wish I could do if I hit megabucks. Yeah, Daniel Martin, location. It's yeah. Fourth, I know the state of Broadway right now, but here's the thing: it's still going to be overpriced and expensive. You go look at places in San Bernardino, where I spent a lot of my upbringing in the Inland Empire. Thank you. I want to die on live stream. There are places that I didn't think would fetch nearly the kind of money they are, and they're fetching double that. So we may think it's a shithole, but it still has value, and it still has like inflated value because there's the property situation in Southern California going all the way to San Bernardino is to the point where the demand is too high. That's why when everybody tells you, oh, everybody's leaving California or whatever, and I look, because I eventually want to move back there, so I'm always keeping an eye. And yeah, the market is still high, the prices are still high, and there's still not enough housing in places that you don't want to live. So yeah, I'd love to buy a Broadway, but I guarantee you it's going to cost me a crap ton of money I don't have. Okay, so we're headed. See, unlike most people this time of day, I'm actually headed towards the convention center because of our business with trauma. So a lot of there's the when we actually get to the actual convention center, you're going to see a lot of cosplayers because I believe traditionally this is the major, the big prize cosplay. I'm wondering where that Galactus is that was rolling around here a couple of days ago. The ones that you guys saw. They put a lot of work into that costume. That was insane. That was a 12-foot tall glowing Galactus. I'm a big fan of that. See if we can cross the street without getting killed. Here's a Ralph grocery store. I haven't seen one that looks like that before. I have to stop over there. And it's packed, of course. As you can see, when we get closer to the convention center, you're starting to see the dense people looking for any way to get as far away from the convention center as they can call their Ubers as possible. It's about 7:23. We probably got about 10 more minutes. Yes, fourth. I will be meeting. I'm literally headed to meet him right now, and I will probably see if I can get a real quick interview with him as well. I was supposed to be at the Toxic Avenger panel, but the way they've been handling lines all this convention, yeah, it's been a process. So we're gonna turn here. What's up, man? Automatic. We're crossing. That's the way. So, all right, so we're in a neighborhood that's just adjacent to the convention center. You can't see the. I can see the convention center from here, but you guys can't. Let's see. William, did they release any new comics? Larger independent guides? Not that I know of. Not that I know of, Anthony. Watch out for Mole Man. Oops, let me aim this up. Sorry to aim towards the ground. A lot of walking today. This is day 3. Okay. And this is like San Diego is not a very big city at all. It's literally it's compressed. All the major stuff is compressed in one general area, especially like any downtown. What's going on, Antonio Baker? How you doing? Yeah, there was no Marvel Hall H. that kind of made Hall H a little bit more amenable. I ended up skipping it today because I just didn't feel like waiting any more lines, and I wanted to be out on the exhibit floor so that I could see some stuff, take some pictures, make some contacts, and just didn't feel like spending any more time in Hall H than I had already done. So I felt that Friday was the better day as far as the lineup goes, because the two things that I really wanted to talk about, whether it be in person or in general, was Alien Earth. We saw the first episode of Alien Earth, and then Predator Badland. And also, like I said, there was a movie that I was surprised that I might want to see now after seeing the previews, and that's The Long Walk. That was a cool thing. If you guys go on Twitter, you'll see where I posted Mark Hamill coming out and playing his character, the Major. And like I said, I don't know if the movie's going to suck or not, but I know that that Hall H presentation got me hooked enough to want to at least see it. We'll probably end up promoting it because it's Lionsgate. We get all the Lionsgate stuff to give away tickets for. All right. So right now we're on 4th Avenue. There's a lot of space available, man. I'm gonna have to make some calls. Maybe move the damn center over here. All right, so I'm gonna cross here, even though I know it's crowded, because I know that the next couple of rights are gonna lead me directly into that bridge, the Gaslamp Bridge. I am interviewing Robert Byron Barnett tomorrow at noon. We were supposed to be doing it on dinner yesterday, but he had another panel that went over. So we rescheduled for tomorrow at noon. So instead of dinner with Rob, it's going to be lunch with Rob. All right, here we go. Oh, man, I wish you guys could smell some of the food that's coming out of some of these places.
Okay. There's another one.
I mean, this is like the 8th pizza joint I passed, and they've all been full. All right, so like I said, we are parallel to the San Diego Convention Center. So I'm going to start making that right. As a shorter way I could have gotten through, but I kind of wanted to visually show you guys the entrance to the what's going on at the gas lamp entrance. It's kind of cool. So here. So 5th Avenue is the one that leads directly into Comic-Con. So here's a circus. All these people with these long ass weapons. You don't know how many times I got poked in the head by somebody's sword or the butt of their sword. As we get closer to the convention center, you can kind of see all the costumes and I had one forth before I started the streak. Probably get some more food. I burnt a lot of energy today, and by the time I ate that food, I was like dying. And you got to watch yourself because, like I said, they've jacked up the prices for food, obviously, because this is where they're going to make a bulk of their money. So you get the same half-pound hamburger that's like a 12 whatever dollar burger. It now becomes a $23, $24 burger. Just for us good old tourists.
Absolutely.
And that's anywhere away where there's an event. You go to a Super Bowl when WrestleMania was out here, Vegas did it. Vegas jacked up all kinds of shit and then added fees on top of that. So, and people paid it, because when you come to this thing, you save up and you put yourself in that mindset. Unless you're me and you're a complete cheap ass. Nah, I haven't needed the caffeine as much. I've had my usual Starbucks, but I haven't needed. I mean, this time last year, I was on my way to that hotel where you fourth started stalking my pants, which is still very creepy. All right, so we are headed to the mouth of the gas lamp that leads back into the convention center area. So it may get a little bit loud. You may not be able to hear me for a little bit. Yeah, burger fee, a $10 burger fee. Lucky my options are limited.
No late right here.
Excuse me. I'm good, man.
I'll give it to you, man. I got to sign it for you, boss, man. Where you from?
I am from Vegas.
Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Vegas too, man.
Oh, okay.
Henderson, brother.
Kentucky?
Get your ass over here.
Oh, no, I got
met you in Vegas. Come here, dude.
Huh?
You got the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. I'm on it right now.
What's your YouTube Shout out to my boy right here,
Southside Center.
For real? Yeah, that's doggy. Shout out to the homie right here. I met you on the strip.
Okay, cool, man. All right, man.
Okay. Share music, bro. If you can, leave us a donation. Is that cool?
Okay.
Thanks. Share it with your channel. Could you support us, though, brother? Is the donation cool for
sure?
Support?
You got a QR code?
Yeah, that's
Let me get back to you right now because I'm literally got my hands full. I'm late, but I got your QR. You got your money hooked up to there? Okay, you should get your cash app hooked up to there. Yeah. There you go. How much is that, bro? Okay. Gotcha. All right, man. How much is it for you? Hold on. I got to do it on the phone, but I'm gonna come back. I'm coming back up here.
You about to get up out of here.
Huh?
It's good though. Either way. If you can, you can.
All right. I'll swing back.
All right.
See you back in Kentucky. Now I'm literally telling you how I'm trying to save money on food. Sorry. See, I'm on YouTube, and they're gonna try to get me. Come on, man. Nah, I don't talk slang. Sorry, I can't do it. And if I try to do it, I sound like a fool. I did recognize that guy though. I have seen him. So it's weird being in another state and somebody recognizes you. I can go years and nobody outside of my customers recognizing me in Vegas. No, I met him. I think I met that guy when WrestleMania, when we were all down in the strip and I was streaming for the wrestling events. A lot of people, like I said, when there's a big event, these guys go to WrestleMania. It doesn't matter, with the Super Bowl, wherever the Comic-Con, wherever there's an event, and they can move a couple of the anything, DVDs, teddy bears. It don't matter. If they have a cause, they're going to travel. Yeah, the lightning bolt does give it away. Kind of makes you unforgettable if you ever do meet me. And no, I get the question all the time. And yes, general public, I have more than one red shirt with a lightning bolt on it. I have like 18 of them. They are that is my work shirt. Has my company logo on the right sleeve. All right. So you can kind of see in the distance there as I get closer, the infamous gas lamp entry point, and behind that you can see the convention center. There's somebody singing. There's Mystique singing. Yeah, Mystique singing Fleetwood Mac. I bet you that wasn't on your bingo list, was it? Okay, now we're doing stop and go today. Right behind me. Not the place to just stop. Guys, there's some furries. You can see the Paramount symbol over there, Star Trek Strange New Worlds. All the buildings are wrapped. I can't really zoom in, but I have taken pictures so that when we get on the stream, I can zoom in and show you guys some of the stuff. Excuse me. This is a Hard Rock Hotel up here. This is where they had the Predator Badlands thing, but like I said, it kept getting full. I really wanted to get inside there and show you guys that. There's a lot of this stuff that I wanted to show you, but it's capped out. They just don't have the capacity to do this on a large scale when it comes to these kind of pop-up events. Look at those hot dogs wrapped in bacon. So now we are leaving the gas lamp. I'm going to see if I can get you see some of these other pop-up events that are out here. We may not, like I said, we won't be able to go in them, but they're still kind of cool.
I never back.
Lots of furries. Okay, I don't want to interrupt the furry conversation here. I didn't know that, like, this is. Oh. All right, there's the convention center right there. I'm going to go to the left to see if I can get some better photos of some of the stuff that's out here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Here's a good view of everything. This is the juncture between the gas lamp and Convention Center Drive. Ooh. There they are. I'm literally just seconds draining from my life watching all this cholesterol, but they're so tasty. Oh, look at them. Gonna have to get a couple of those on the way back once we end the stream. Damn right, Daniel. Man, dude, and the picture doesn't give them do them justice. They smell great. They taste great. I know they're not healthy, but hey, I'll indulge. Now, here is the Predator's Badlands thing. I'm pretty sure it's going to be booked up. Yeah, see, this has been the story of the entire convention. Is just the waiting lines, and like I said, these are cool things to have out here and to do. The problem is like I said, unless you can clone yourself like Dr. Manhattan and be in several places at once, you're dealing with very long lines. Because it sucks. I might try to take advantage of some of these tomorrow. But look at that line. So this is translation for we have no chance of getting in that. Oh well. Yes, that reference is lost and very good for 4,000. Like I said, and I have two panels that I cannot miss because that's the company that bought me out. I might hang out here and do this. I might do it tomorrow. Sunday's a pretty light day for me. I don't have anything panel wise to try to find out. I may see if I can get some of these guys or some of these expensive ass comics to come down in price a little bit. You know, because it's Sunday, you don't want to take that stuff back. But for the most part, I've kept my composure. I've only made the move on something if I absolutely think I can't get it in Vegas or anywhere else. For two reasons: A, I don't want to be taking it back with me, and adding extra prices and extra numbers on a Spirit flight. Because, like I said, the entire point of flying Spirit is to save money from sponsors who I don't want to do that. So here we go. That's neat. This is the furthest I've been able to make it out here. They had a Doctor Who one over here, but it hadn't opened yet. And so there you can see Alien Earth. It's the entire side of the Hilton. Now over there is where the Alien Earth setup is. It's another one of those where you go over there. They've already booked it out for the day. And a movie I have no intention of seeing, if that is hilarious. There's a Naked Gun. Those comedy heads who actually pay to see that shit, not me. Let's see. Yeah, the prices here at Comic-Con are different, and I understand why, because of the massive overhead that you're paying for your booth and travel and all that. You have to make a certain amount of money back, or it's just not financially feasible to come in here. Here's the Lilo and Stitch for you guys who are into that. The photo ops. A lot of these are like pop-up photo ops. You can just go up to them and stand there. Do that. Kind of cool. And then they had an inflatable Stitch. Is that what they call it? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not familiar with Lilo and Stitch. Kids cartoon. This is closed, but this is one of the things I'm going to try to get to tomorrow. It's the Thunderbolt ice cream. And thought that was kind of neat. Let's see what else we got here. And if you wanted to, there you go. You can stand on their Wheaties box. But I've done enough of that. I stood in front of a bunch of these mock-up things. My favorite one was Fantastic Four. I'll show you guys that. I don't watch The Rookie, but damn, 8 seasons? Jeez. How long are you a rookie if it's 8 years? Yeah. All right, so I think that is it from the gas lamp as far as what I wanted to show you guys. As far as stuff we can get in, I mean, I can go and show you the outside of things that we can't get into, but that would suck. Probably aggravate you as much as it aggravated me not being able to get in. So let's go off to the side here. So 40 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. Hope you guys have enjoyed my little pseudo tour of the Gas Lamp District. I am going to do my best after the Choma panel to go live. I really do want to go live tonight. I just have to find the right spot to do it and the safest spot to do it without having darts thrown at me. and where I can talk as loud as I need to. There's a lot of stuff. Obviously, we're at Comic-Con 2025. There's a lot of stuff that I have glossed over on other streams that I have not been able to show you guys. There's a lot of pictures and stuff I'm still taking. Yeah, we really need to do a Saturday night show, but I need to find a place to do it. So I'm going to do my best to stream tonight. If I cannot do that, then we will fold it up into a super late Sunday show. By Sunday, my flight gets back to Vegas at 11, so we may end up doing a true Midnight Express, and it may be a lengthy one. But I will do everything possible to see if we can get somewhere where I can stream tonight. All right. Please like, subscribe, share. By the way, go to that link that's in the community page and then some of the other streams. I hadn't put it on here yet because, like I said, I'm still opening the door to do Dumb and Dumber. We just got to reach that 140 goal. If you can, I don't think we've put it on the last couple of streams, but the last stream where I was in Vegas, it's on there, and there's a community. If you go to the community tab, it's in there as well, and it leads directly to the PayPal, and that way I can continue to eat in style for the next day and a half, and who knows what'll hit me tomorrow. So hopefully, no, it's really hard to hold this phone and roll this way. I don't start doing that. Nah, screw that. This is as good as we're getting today. Eventually I will have one of those things where you can put the camera on it, the gyro, but right now we're using my phone, and I'm actually doing other things on the phone while I'm headed to where I needed to go. So I can't have it the other way. My hands just don't work that way. Sorry. And I know you're a photographer and these things like mean things to you, but let's just get it done this time around and perfect it later on, guys. So I'm surprised I haven't dropped the phone because the way I have it right now is pretty awkward. So sideways would be really awkward. Let's see. All right, guys, that's about it. I think we've shown you enough. Wish I could show you more, but like I said, can't get to half the stuff. And I will see you guys hopefully tonight, probably around maybe 10:30 or so. We'll see how it goes. All right, bye.